What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Who should Jake Paul fight next? Now, I'm trying to give you guys a different perspective of where you guys might be thinking, right? Because logically, everybody wants him to fight a big name or a world champion. Gilberto Ramirez, Brodu Jack, Jakepaul, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I've even seen people say fight Anthony Joshua, right? And let's be completely honest, right? Everybody has this part of them that wants to see Jake Paul get knocked out in the ring because he's not a real boxer. But let's be honest on this behalf too. He's improved quite a bit since he started boxing. And I don't think his training shows any type of disrespect towards the game. So if I were in charge of his career and who he would fight next, I would hold off on those huge money fights. And I actually think he should target some more retired fighters. But this time, let's target some boxers, right? If I were in charge of him, these are the next 3 fights I would have him do. I would call out these 3 retired fighters. Some of you might know who they are. Some of you might not. But they are decent and were at least at good level contenders at their day. Lionel Thompson, Edwin Rodriguez, and Joesmithjr. Majority of you guys should know Joesmithjr. And Edwin Rodriguez actually went 12 rounds with Andre Ward at super middleweight. And Lionel Thompson was a solid contender who actually fought Sergey Kovalev, if I'm not mistaken, and Edwin Rodriguez and lost. But those 3 guys are retired. I know Joesmithjr last fought when he fought Gilberto Ramirez and went 12 rounds. So if you guys have the time, and I'm talking about his management team, I would target those 3 right there. At least one of the first 2, Edwin Rodriguez and Lionel Thompson. Preferably Edwin Rodriguez because he's been in a few wars and he used to fight at super middleweight and a little bit at light heavyweight. I think him fighting Jake Paul at cruiserweight would get him ready for that level of boxer that he's trying to get ready for on that elite level. And I'm not saying that Edwin Rodriguez was elite, but he did have a solid amateur background. He had over 80 fights as an amateur. He fought for a world title. He fought some decent contenders at light heavyweight as well. And he was undefeated for a good stretch. Now, Joesmithjr, that's self-explanatory. I just don't think he's ready for that level just yet. If he were to fight Joesmithjr, and I know he's been retired for a while as well, but he went 12 rounds with Gilberto Ramirez. He beat Bernard Hopkins. Who else did he fight? Man, I'm drawing a blank here. He fought Beterbiev as well. So he's been on that level. I think that might be a little too much for him as of right now, but I think if he were to fight a Lionel Thompson, Edwin Rodriguez, and then Joesmithjr, those are decent leaps with retired fighters before he fights an active top 10 cruiserweight. I think if he fought an active top 10 cruiserweight right now, he wouldn't fare so well. He showed he can go 10 rounds in a boxing ring. He went 10 rounds with Chavez Jr. I think those last 2 rounds with Chavez Jr. were a blessing in disguise because he got to see what it's like to fight a boxer that can actually take his punches and then give some right back just when he was running low on that gas tank. I think that was a big confidence booster for him, and I think that will carry on to these fights. I don't think he's ready for a top 10 contender just yet. So if I'm his management team, I would definitely hold off on getting him in there with an active top 15 contender. I would literally hold off. Get some more retired fighters that fought at light heavyweight, super middleweight, at least 2 more, and then you know what? He might be ready for a top 10, and then throw him in there with a world champion. If you're trying to have him become a world champion, if you just want to cash out, if somebody's trying to cash out, and Jake Paul does not need to cash out, he's making good money. Listen, take your time, take another year at least before you go in there with the top dudes in your weight class. As a person who would like to see you make it further, you're not ready just yet, So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know you guys just like, oh, just throw him in there. He's making all this money. Who would you have him fight to get him ready for that next level? Let me know in the comments, all right?